Hey everybody. So last time I was talking about, I'm trying to get the scene basically where I can get it, where I can animate the background colors. I think that would be very useful. The more I think about this, at first I was just doing it just to do it, but the more I think about this, the more I think it will be useful to sort of communicate like a change in time, like start with blue and go to red and then to dark or something like that. Um, and so I think it will be pretty useful. It's particularly in like the case of trying to do like a eclipse animation or something like that. Let me hit start. I don't think I'm very far in. 42 seconds in. So, and it's going as expected. Like this is kind of one of the nice things when you're coding and you know what to expect, and there are not a whole lot of surprises. Um, so the last time the situation I was in is I had a ton of console log errors, um, and I was saying, okay, I know I have three things I need to do. One is I need to create an animated pair. Two, I need to update the animation algorithm to be sensitive to the changes in the animated pair. A- and three, I needed to address any console logs that exist. And those console logs will exist because, oh, no, three, I needed to, uh, there's like a bunch of special code that handles different, like, combinations of. So a pair is a Three.js actual formal Three.js object from the Three.js API, and an item, which is a bunch of which is an object descriptor that describes what the three objects should do or should have or whatever the attributes should be. Um, and so some of those don't go together. Some of them have attributes that the other one doesn't have, like a mesh or like a camera doesn't have a color. Um, a mesh doesn't have a look at. So some of those can't go together. So special code to handle those circumstances needs to be written. Um, so those three things had to be done, and then as a side effect, there's a bunch of console logs. And so I had said that what I was going to do was I was going to deal with the creating the pair first, and I did. And as a side effect, there aren't as many console logs now, and the console logs are much more useful in that they kind of give me hints as to what I need to fix. So I think that gives me a kind of a warm fuzzy because it makes me think, oh, okay, these are going. Once I have all the pieces together, the console logs will just be gone. They'll just be gone. Take care of them. It's gonna be like magic. But anyway, so that's that. So and as you guys always, if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I like to also have an animation that I've created with my tool. And so this is a pretty cool animation that I'm pretty happy with. So I'll just kind of go over it real quick. I'm going to pause this. So we're at 0 right now. So I'm looking at this ball way down there, far away from me. And then as I do this, I'm getting closer and closer and closer. And then I get there. And then I pass it. So I think, I can't remember where the ball is. So I'm going to go to the mesh and look at. I know that's one of the only things that isn't. Okay, so it's sitting at 5. Maybe it would be better like at 9. So I can barely see it back there. So now let's come back over here and we get closer, closer, closer. And when we're at the end, and um, so that's that. We're there. And then, oh, okay, then I guess I don't know exactly what. For some reason, it seems like so the ball is at 9. Oh, the X, the Z that it's looking at is at 10. So for me, it seems like I should be like this. All makes sense. I feel like I'm looking behind this ball. And then let's see, let's just use the keyboard. And then 5.1. So the current look at is, oh, so the current look at is already 10. Oh, yeah, because I only look at 10. So I'm not exactly sure exactly what's going on there. Let me look at the Z position. See, the Z right now is sitting at 10 at 9. So I'm literally sitting right on the ball. And I think I'm looking at 10. That's why they're there. But so 9.17 and 6, for some strange reason, it's looking back at the probably at 0, 0, 0, which is kind of weird. Um, but it says it's looking at 10. But I know that this ball is sitting at 9, so I should not be able to see it. And so just for a fraction of a second, it is just not right. See, that's right. That's wrong. Um, so that's a funny little bug. But you would never be able to see it in real life. Well, you're going to see a little flash here at the end, though, maybe. No, see, you don't even see it. So I don't know. That's some sort of really strange bug. It would be really interesting to dig into it. I think, I suspect that the animation routine, see, it's perfect while it's animating. Um, so I suspect that the animation routine and the actual um, position are slightly out of sync. And for some reason, maybe there's a math. It'd be interesting to see. I wonder if there is a console log. No, there is not. Um, so for some reason, when we get right to the end there, it's looking at 0, 0, 0 is my guess. It's looking back, and I'm guessing that there's some sort of math error happening in the animation routine, but it does not present itself when we're running at full speed. When we're actually animating, it doesn't present itself, and it only presents itself literally at the very end. So at 6.0, see, I think it. Yeah, I don't really understand that. That will be a fascinating bug to squish. It's gonna be a delicious little bug. But anyway, so that's that. That's how that works. And so it's a collection of lights, and they're all animated. And then all the lights. So let me go back here to animations, and then we'll go like to the Y because all the animations are happening along the Y. So right now we are at 0, 0, 0. And so they start at 0 and they end at 10. So all the lights are just moving along down this shaft. None of the meshes are animated. So basically we just have some meshes. There's like a top one, a left one, a right one, and that. So you know what I'm going to do? I think this will be fun. So I'm going to make all the lights red. I think that might be pretty cool. And so now let's see. Let's turn this animation back on. It's not as cool as I thought it would be, but you know, swing and a miss. Anyways, so there's not a lot of code. Let's see. I still have a couple minutes. Basically, it's just exactly what I said in the service. Basically, whenever the scene gets updated, I just create a set of animation pairs. One is the scene item, and one is the scenes. And then in the scene manager, um, so this is the component. What I do is just so I add this update scene, which then caused sort of this feedback loop where the value kept thinking the value was changing. So I needed to do this little check to say, hey, if this animation hasn't changed and all that, and I don't know, I don't know if that's clean or not. And I'm not particularly worried about this because I really do think that this entire component. So if you look in here, I think everything that lives in these managers inside the toolbox, basically. I think all of these will not be around in 10 years when I'm still working on this, and who knows how cool these animations and different 3D things will be by then. I do not think any of this code is going to exist anymore. I think, especially anything to do with the reactive forms. I think all that stuff is on the chopping block for they once they make these things all signals based, it's going to be so much less confusing, so much easier to work with. That it'll make total sense to chop all this stuff. I think all these interfaces, they'll all exist in some form or fashion. They'll still, in the Git tree, you'll still see them. I think the app, of course, will still be there, and everything in this Three.js service, it probably won't be in this file, but it'll probably all still exist. So the thing I'm the least concerned with is everything inside this toolbox. But anyways, I'm probably a little bit over 10 minutes, but I made it on this thing. So happy coding, everybody. Bye.